Hi, today I'm going to introduce you to our brand new App Builder UI. On the left side, you find the panel, which is holding functionality, pages, and resources. You can now extend this panel, but also completely hide it in order to gain more space for building your flows right in the middle. Another thing that we have added is our settings. So you can customize how you are using the App Builder. For example, you can invert or non-invert your WASD controls, or you can switch the default modifier from JSONata to JavaScript or the other way around. And of course, some more settings that you can explore on your own. Let's move on with annotations. We got the requirement very often that people would like to comment and annotate within their flows, especially if they have bigger flows. I just have a very basic flow right here, but still can show you how the annotations work like. So you can drag and drop a new annotation. You can increase the size of it, and with a double click, you can open the editor and say, this is the functional reading from InfluxDB, for example, and even change the color of it and things like that. And then move the annotation around and put it wherever you want to have it. Another question or requirement that many of you had is that they cannot find the functions anymore inside the functionality panel once they are on the board, which we have solved this way. So you can now click into a function and the functionality panel unfolds and you can easily find where this function is coming from, which class it belongs to, etc. So as you can see, you can do it with all the functions. And if you want to collapse everything, you just click here. Okay, let's have a closer look at the functions themselves. You can now click into the input boxes in order to get a little help dialog to understand what you can actually define inside this input and the kind of data this input is expecting, and still use YAML as you're used to. However, if you prefer configuration panel like I do as a non-developer, you can open it with a click on this icon here and then see all the options that this input offers and change it from here. For the triggers, it's still the same. You can click here in order to execute a function, and for the output, you can click here to actually clear the data in case that is needed you while building the app. Now let me close this section because I want to show you something else. We are now switching to the front end. When we now pick a widget, the widget starts pulsing inside the flow builder. So you can easily find where you are actually using that widget or which data you have connected with that widget. The same is true for widgets that are, let's say, hidden inside sections. So you can see the number 1 appearing here. So if this widget would appear multiple times inside this section, it would be a 2 or 3 according to the number of times it's appearing in there. And then you can unfold and see the pulsing circular gauge icon, so you can easily find it even if your apps grow bigger. A little earlier, I have already shown you the configuration panel for the backend functions. However, with a double click onto a widget, we now have such configuration panels also for our front-end widgets. So just double click and then you can change data, tooltips, styling, etc. Depending on the widget, it offers different possibilities. So for example, for the sparkline that I'm using here, I could change the type, for example, to a bar chart, and then something like this would happen. I think I have custom colors, apply customized colors, and then you can even have it like this, and it'll look very nice and beautiful. Let's continue with auto-scaling, which is very cool, I think. So when you switch between the screen preview, for example, you switch to a large screen, then it will automatically scale according to the place that you actually have or the space. So if you go bigger, it auto scales. And in order to activate or deactivate auto scaling, you can go here and just, activate and deactivate it. And let's have a look at it from here too. Looks very good. Can refresh data from here. Very nice. This is already it. There's lots of other little fixes and features and improvements inside the app builder but I'm sure you want to explore them on your own, and I wish you lots of fun doing so. And please let us know if you have any questions or if you have feedback regarding our new app builder UI. Thank you very much for watching this video.